It's usually me, but I present tonight, John.
Hello, second choice camera boy here. How we doing? Again, John does as good a job of reading the posters as I do. Well done, John. Well done. Right then, welcome to UK Put Off. It's August 29th. It's part of a bank holiday weekend in the UK. But we've got a couple of American guests because we like to bring people from around the world together. And you would have been amazed when I showed off with my Wisconsin knowledge earlier. You missed it. You would have been looking at me in awe. Probably already are, to be fair, but never mind. Let's get people on. I introduced him a couple of days ago, but I'm going to introduce him first this time. Ian, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing grand. I'm doing very well. Be looking forward to getting a bit of sleep tomorrow, but yeah, it's all good. Looking forward to the bun off.
Are you not saving the UK tomorrow? Are you having a day off?
Yeah, I'm having a day off tomorrow. Back on shift on Tuesday.
Oh, he's a proper grafter. Right. Next one. We're going clockwise, by the way, just in case you're interested. The next one, it's the first time I've been on a show with him. I don't know if he's done an earlier show during this free fringe run, but it is Tobias Michelli Gwizdowski.
Perfect. Absolutely right.
Me and Polish names were like that.
Yeah, between that and all your Wisconsin knowledge, I feel right at home.
Good. He's actually in my spare room. That's just a red curtain we put up just to fool you all. So, Toby, what brings you to the punning world in UK pun-off land?
Well, it's been a family thing. My grandpa was a pun master, and my brothers and my dad, and we all do it. So it's a family affair.
Right. I think pun master should be an official title. So, like, you have Sir if you're knighted, you have Dame if you're sort of, become a Dame in the British Empire, and you should become a pun master. So, Ian, I think we should have a chat about this and see who we can give the title of pun master on.
It to, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tobias, you could be in charge of the American pun masters. I'll allow that, seeing as it's not my country. But good idea. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Pun master, something like that. Right. Well, we're sticking with the American theme, and we're going to a friend of the show, Erica Etten. Hello, Erica. How are you doing?
Hi. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, you're always welcome. I will call you old-fashioned, but in a lovely way.
Thank you. Oh, this side. Thank you.
That's all right. I'm just showing off that I don't always need these to read. I can read some things. Okay. So what's been happening in the sort of internet side of things? Because I know that you've got an internet-based business, haven't you?
I do. I have a business helping people with online dating. I got to tell you, throughout the pandemic, it's been very busy. People need a way to meet. So I help.
Is it paid for that retirement home in Florida yet?
I mean, I'll just say I'm doing all right.
That'll do. Okay, so you can afford those cushions for starters, so that's how
I know I'm very fancy.
Very fancy, yes. Talking of very fancy, look at that hairstyle. Elliot Simpson, you're looking very handsome. Very handsome there.
Thank you, Julian.
Look at that. Very camp now, but handsome as well. So how are you doing, Elliot, anyway?
You could be both. I'm all right. I actually also used to run an online dating service called Brinda. Its goal was that everyone's going to try and leave the single market before Britain did. Obviously, no longer continuing.
Hey, right. Well, topical and vaguely topical at the same time. Double topical. We like to be double topical. Erica, sorry, I missed that second cushion. What did the second cushion say?
It says, embrace the dog hair.
Right, okay then. I thought it said embed the dog.
No, it doesn't say hair of a dog. Keep drinking. It just says embrace the dog hair.
Okay then, okay. Right, so we've got Ian on board, we've got Tobias on board, we've got Erica, and we've got Elliot, who is right. You can be handsome and camp. It's not mutually exclusive, so there you go.
Thank you, darling.
So, puns. Now, I'm sure you've all watched the show before, but we have 5 topics, 3 jokes per topic. The winner of each round, we add them all up and see who wins at the end of the night. You have the power. You vote at the end of every round for who's the funniest. And at the end of every round, while I'm counting up the votes, John, our wonderful producer, who has the same posting knowledge as I have, will come on and read your jokes. Say hello, John. Come on, go on, pop your head in. Mr. Showbiz, as I called him the other night. There
Hello.
you go. Showbiz. If that's not a showbiz bedroom, I don't know what is. Thanks, John. Thanks.
Look at the amount of doors I have behind me.
There you go. We call him John Three Doors Morris. That's what we'll call him because he's a proper gangster. Okay, right. So he'll read your jokes out. You put along. You know how it works. Try and make them original. You know what I'm saying? But let's get started. Right, this is the first topic. I see what you're saying, Stevie. Now, I'm sure Ian picked this because I failed so miserably on the American show where I had to do farms. So thanks for that, Ian, rubbing it in. Farms. So that is the first round. So, don't have a cow. Farms. We're going to start the same sort of order that I introduced everyone. So it's Ian, Tobias, Erica, and Alex. Ian, can you open the round on farms, please?
Right, well, some breaking news. A farmer has only ploughed half of his field. More to follow.
Oh, very good. I like that one. I like that one. Like it. It gets the Morris seal of approval, which we're all after, to be fair. We're all after. Tobias, your first farm joke, please.
Well, speaking of being topical here in the United States, we have Trump supporters who are taking medication that was intended for livestock to treat their COVID. And I guess that's why he called himself a stable genius.
Stable genius. Has ever a phrase been misused? I think it's that one. Okay then. Erica, your farm joke, please. Your first one.
All right, I called my farmer friend when I got arrested. Why? I knew he had bail money.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Like that one. Right. And Elliot, come on, finish the first round of farms off for us, please.
I've got a miniature wind turbine powering my farm. Not a huge fan.
Yay. Shoehorn that one in. Why not? Why not? So that was round one. I think it was a pretty good round, don't you? So what's going to happen next? Well, we're going to have round two. That's what we're going to have. Ian, give us your next joke, please.
Yeah, my dad was a pig rustler. Yeah, that's how he brought home the bacon.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it here. Okay, then. Tobias, you next, please.
I met some guy and he insulted the cows that I get my milk and cheese from. It was utterly ridiculous. How dare he?
Double up. Boom, boom. Double trouble. Erica, totally double trouble. Here's Erica.
I was dealing with those same cows, and I was wondering, what does a cow's butt smell like? Derriere.
Classic. Elliot, come on, talking a classic.
My girlfriend said the llama farm will be very cold when we go. I said alpaca jumper.
Alpaca jumper. Sounds better in a Geordie accent. Alpaca jumper.
Alpaca jumper.
Ian, we've had 2 rounds. That means we've got 1 left. Get us started, please.
Right, well, I asked a South African farmer what kind of birds he kept. He said geese. I said, I don't know, is it chickens?
Didn't you send that joke to me the other day?
Yeah. I like it, man.
Yeah. I'll let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that we've edited it from the original one. I'm taking the credit for it. I'm taking the credit. Tobias, your last farm joke, please.
I was having a discussion with some friends about what's the most disgusting farm animal, and it's obviously a female sheep. Ew.
Ew. Way. Right, halfway through the last round. Erica, let's start the second half of the last round, please.
All right, well, America is huge, but the whole country is covered in farms. These people put ranch on everything.
Hey.
For our American friends, that joke there. Okay. Oh, actually, I had pancakes for breakfast this morning, American style. So I'm supporting the US way of life, apparently. Elliot, your last joke of the round, please.
Somebody burnt all of my bales. I said, hey!
Right then, ladies and gentlemen. I was expecting those jokes to be horrible, but most of them are pretty good. So come on then. Don't forget, are you voting for either the one who had the funniest joke of the round, or are you voting for the person who thought it was funniest all the way through the round? You have the power. So while John comes on and tells you some jokes that you've sent in, I will count up. Was Ian the funniest? Was Tobias the funniest? Was Erica the funniest? Was Elliot the funniest? You decide.
Right, let's have a look at some of the audience's farm-based puns. We'll kick off with Mark Wilson. Just bought a chicken and egg off of eBay. Don't worry, I'll let you know. Ian Bowden. I thought I saw Jesus in a haystack, but it was just a Christian Bale.
Nice.
I can't pronounce the fifth word in yours, Stephen. I'm not even going to try. So sorry. Ben Emmett, the host of Beadles About, was buried on a farm, but the farmer lost a plot and spent the past 10 years looking for a beadle in a haystack. I don't get that reference.
Jeremy Beadle. Do you know who Jeremy Beadle is?
No, not really.
Ben, you probably shouldn't have used Beadle in the feed. You've got to somehow using Beadle in the feed to Beadle in the But good idea.
Cool. Rebecca Megan Davies went to the Baltic to see the Geordie farming display. How very agricultured.
Nice.
See if there's a couple more. Steve's a juggler one. Every morning I get up and shove a pig through a bacon slicer. It's Groundhog Day.
There you go. Steve sent in a post, John. Kaylee is how you pronounce it. It's like an Irish jig.
Oh, yes, of course it is. It's the same way you pronounce my sister's name. I should have known that. All right, fine, we'll do that one. Trying to organise a Kaylee for Workaholics Farmers, but they refuse to hoe down. Do we want any more audience puns, or is that your
no?
lot?
But I want to know the rest of your family's names.
Sam,
or if you know the rest of your family's names.
Right. Okay, then, right. So there are your jokes. Thank you for sending them in. Thanks for testing John's ability to read Irish-sounding names as well, Stevie. We like to keep people on their toes. Really, I need one more vote. And one more vote, or we'll have to go halfies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfies. And it's a half a point each to Ian and Elliot. There you go. Ian and Elliot. Good, right. So, don't worry, American cousin. Oh, too late, David. I'm afraid too late. And thank you, Rebecca, for voting for Nathan Ramsden-Lock. We do appreciate that reference constantly coming up. Made me laugh, Rebecca. Don't you worry about it. Right. So the next one. I'll take my glasses off so I can pretend I'm not old. Wine. Okay.
Oh,
Wine. I'll drink of that. Right. Tradition is to start with the winner of the round. As you have a point, Elliot, can you start? And we'll go anti-clockwise. Elliot, Erica, Tobias, and Ian. Wine, please.
that's you. Right. I'm sorry, but Tuscany red wines just aren't my cup of Chianti. Oh, culture.
Erica, wine, please.
There's no name on this bottle of wine. It's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Nice stuff. Tobias, you next, please.
With the way everything's been going lately, I just drink wine to help me accept my fate. Que sera, whatever will be, will be.
There you go. And Ian, your wine joke, please.
Right, well, the worst thing that you could do, actually, to someone that is addicted to fortified Portuguese wine, ironically, is to show them that you support.
So there you go. There's the first round of wine jokes. Wine jokes. Were they spot? Most of those were red wine based, actually, weren't they? So let's see if we've got any white wine based. We support all colours here. The United Colours of Puneton. So, Elliot, If you give us your second joke, please.
I asked the barman, how do you make a blue nun? He said, go to the church and choke the bitch.
Blue Nun, American people, is a brand of wine in England.
From the 70s, I think.
And it's obviously not a very sophisticated one either. But you're right. It got many. It was probably used for the conception of many a child in the 70s. You're right, Elliot.
That's how I was born.
Right, Erica, you next, please.
All right, then. I really had to go to the bathroom, or what you say, the loo. But by the time I got home, I had to pee no more.
Very good.
Tobias, yours next, please.
I met a girl the other night when I was out at the wine bar. I did end up taking her home, but she had very expensive taste before we left. It ended up being a very bougie lay.
Yes.
We respect women here, Tobias, don't we? We really do, yes. We certainly do. Ian, talking of people who respect women, Ian is chair of the Glaswegian Respect People Society, aren't you, Ian?
Yes, Julian, I am. Anyway, on to my joke. Why not?
Yes,
In fact, it's about my mother. Talking to the Respecting Women Society that I am the chair of the Glasgow branch. My mother actually had a few German sisters who all helped make this Tuscan wine, but none more so than the third one. Yeah, she was my dry key auntie.
Oh.
Beautiful, like cross-referencing there with German and some Italian and some alcohol. What a combination. He is a man of many talents, a polymath, if you will. Okay, right, round three. Elliot, boom, round three.
Right, got a joke for the Americans. I love that new peanut and chocolate infused wine. Riesling's Peacelings.
Can he? Erica, yours next, please.
I spilled wine on my shirt. I guess now it's vintage clothing.
Good stuff. Tobias, go on, show what you got.
I've been drinking sparkling wine every day to get through the day, even though I know a lot of people have it worse than me. They have real pain. I only have champagne.
Champagne, there you go.
Good.
Ian, sparkling personality that you have, you next, please.
Right, well, why do all wine waiters stink? It's because they're sommelier.
Right, thank you. And John, I'm just saying yes in the private chat, just in case you're listening. Okay, right. So that was wine. Who was funniest? Was it Elliot? Was it Erica? Was it Tobias? Was it Ian? You decide. Now, just before John comes on and reads out your votes, I just think it's a bit insensitive picking wine as a topic because Ian knows that I was temporarily laid off from my job at the wine company at the start of lockdown. I was Merlot. So, ladies and gentlemen, get voting now, and John will come on and read your votes.
We've had a nice few come in. So Ian Bowden, sadly, he only has one joke about wine, but it's a corker. Steve the Juggler, if you're a business that sells large wine containers, should you include VAT?
That's what we need to pronounce it.
Yeah, no, I realised that after saying it.
You always turn down that one.
Testing up the audience jokes. Mark Wilson, my wife gets annoyed if I mess with her red wine. I added fruit and lemon. I added fruit and lemonade. Now she's sangria than ever. David Brennan, I've just brought a nice bottle of wine with a picture of Dennis the Menace on it. It's a Pinot Noir.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Steve the Juggler. There we go. I fell in love with someone who trod on grapes to make wine. Well, it was more of a crush anyway. Let's. Malcolm McCragg. The French are complaining the price of French wine has dropped because their vineyard has caught COVID. Sounds to me like sour grapes. Should I see if I've got one or two more?
Yeah, one more, I think, John.
One more. Let's have a little look. Let's finish off with Steve the Juggler. When I drink a lot of wine, I become much more grateful.
Oh,
there we go. Thank you, John. Thanks for that. Yes, John, we're going to have an advert, and what we're going to do, because it builds attention, we're going to play the advert first, and then we're going to announce the winner of that round. So, advert, fire away, please.
Every time you click your mouse on the PayPal.me pun-off link, a poor punner gets a little bit happier. Every single penny that you donate goes straight to our guest punners to pay their subscription, and I get some wonderful prizes for you beautiful people to win. We do not take a penny. The fact that I got a new Bentley and I'm having a jacuzzi installed is completely coincidental. Oh, you feckers, I said platinum taps, not silver. Whether it's £1, $1, €1, or €1, everything you donate goes straight back into making this show the best it can be. Thank you for all your continued support, and remember to click on paypal.me/punoff. I want to see my face shining in the bonnet of that Bentley.
Right, well, that advert's longer than Lord of the Rings. That's all I'm saying. Right then, so as Bono so eloquently put, paypal.me/punoff. Give us some money, please. Thank you. By the way, does anyone think that if Bono actually took his sunglasses off indoors, he might actually find what he was looking for? Just a thought there. Just a thought. Right then, who won that round? Julian, as the tension has built up so much during that 7-week-long advert. And the winner was Tobias. Well done, Tobias. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you.
There you go. You may well be a pun master at the end of this show, Tobias. Right. Boom. World leaders. World leaders. Right. Leaders in worldiness, apparently. So, Tobias, this is the unofficial rule. If you win the round, you go first next. So Tobias will still go anti-clockwise because, hey, I'm crazy. Tobias, Ian, Elliot, and Erica, please. That order. So the subject is world leaders. Boom. Off you go, Tobias.
Well, since we're doing the UK pun-off, I actually heard that your prime minister has pretty unusual sexual tastes, and most women, Boris Johnson.
Is that what trillion means? Right then. So that was Tobias, and we're going anti-clockwise. Oh, Ian.
Right, well, during the Napoleonic Wars, the British naval leader was asked about the tiny correlation between prostitutes and officers. He was told, the whole ratio is nil, son. That's what he was told. That is what he was told.
That is what he was told. That is a historical fact. Okay, then. Elliot, your first joke, please.
Well, speaking about Napoleon, I think Napoleon was reincarnated as a jellyfish because he was a man of war, wasn't he?
Not bad at all. Erica, can you keep up the high standard, please?
I will try. I don't know if you know this, but the priest blessed my dog. Now he only answers to Pup Francis.
Embrace the dog hair. Embrace the dog hair. Okay, then. So that was the first round of world leaders. I knew Erica would get a joke in somehow. I knew it. Let's start again. Tobias, please.
A lot of people say that it's a lie that you could have a really, really handsome world leader, but Canada proves it's Trudeau.
Marks off Trudeau in the world leader bingo box there. Well done, well done. Ian, you next, please.
Right, well, the former Israeli Prime Minister went onto the World Wide Web and opened up a search engine. Netanyahu. No, it was Ariel Sharon going on to Google, I think.
A search engine about making your own jumpers. Maybe he's... Netanyahu, I don't know. Join me for Julian's joke workshop next Tuesday. Does that annoyingly tell you that your joke is wrong? Elliot, you next, please.
Oh, I watched that horror film about a creature committing war crimes in Iraq. The Tony Blair Witch Project.
Nice stuff. Tony Blair, you finish the sentence. Okay then, Erica, you finish off the round, please.
In Russia, did you know that they put pate on their crackers? Yeah, they're Putin on the Ritz.
Oh.
Putin on the Ritz. There you go. Now with added cabaret. The UK Pudding Cabaret Show. Tune in next week. Right, was that the end of the second round or the first one?
Second
one, I think.
Second, I knew that. I'm on the ball. Tobias, get us started, please, for the third round.
Well, those of us here in the United States, we almost didn't survive Trump, but we've been biding our time to make a comeback.
Okay, then. Ian, last one, please, from you.
What's this one? The controversial former Philippines First Lady gathers all of her fortune using a Star Trek-style hypnotic trick. Yeah. It was a Vulcan, Mind Imelda Marcos. Thanks, Tobias.
Niche, very niche. Okay. As it's Imelda Marcos, you could horn it in, so it's all right. It's not just Wisconsin, you know. Not just Wisconsin. Elliot, your joke, please.
Oh, I got conned by Tutankhamun. I'm trapped in the pyramid scheme.
Right. And finishing the round off, last but most definitely not least, Erica.
I got my ears pierced in Israel. In case you can't tell, that's gold in my ear.
I like it. Good stuff. So that was World Leaders. Before John comes on and reads out the jokes you've been sending for World Leaders, who was funniest that round? Was it Tobias? Was it Ian? Was it Elliot? Was it Erica? You decide. You have the power. John, on you come, please.
I'll see if I find any jokes that don't have Biden or Trudeau as the punchline. It's not been this week, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this one on the panel before, but I do like it. Ben Emmett, a group of babies are plotting to overthrow a world leader. They are planning a coochie coochie coo.
Yes.
I seem to remember I gave that my joke of the week ages back. Let's have a look. Nope, that's Trudeau. That's Biden. Let's try this one for me in Bowden. It might be a Wikipedia one. Did you hear the wife of the Prime Minister of Kazakhstan broke social distancing rules when a relative visited the house? Ask her mammin, no, her cousin.
Hey,
like it.
Ask her mammin. What a great name. You've got to say that in a Geordie. Ask her mammin. Oh, she hasn't got time. She's got to put the dinner on. Sorry, go on.
Steve the Juggler managed to purchase and renovate several properties previously owned by a short French leader. Seems I've developed a Napoleon complex.
Wasn't Macron short as well?
Pardon?
Wasn't Macron
short? I've not met him. I don't know.
Okay. Most French leaders. Have you done? Have you invited to the French dignitaries? Yes. I've met
probably
them all.
More than you think the answer is.
Mitterrand, I've met them all. Charles de Gaulle, he's my godfather.
Mark Wilson, everyone in Cuba has got COVID. It's a catastrophe. It's catastrophe. I can't say that. Catastrophe. Castrophe. No, fuck. Budget, but I like the joke. Budget. That is my. Castrotrophic. No, not getting it.
I think it's supposed to be castrotrophic, as in catastrophic.
Yeah. I know exactly what it's meant to be, but I just wasn't able to say it.
All right, John.
Mark Wilson, I saw a Russian memory box. I wonder what was Putin. Let's see if I've got one more. Paul Eggleston, we'll try this. Apparently, former President Obama was once listening to Spandau Ballet at such a high volume that it put his assistants completely off their stride. Through the barricades.
Yes. I like it, Paul. Lovely. Yeah. I like the song as well. Well done, Paul. John, I'm not going to try and influence you at all, but that should be in the top 3.
Top 3.
I like that one. But it's your decision, no, John. It's not mine.
It's my decision, but if I get it wrong, I'm not on the show again.
Isn't it the last one tonight, anyway?
It's indeed the last one tonight.
Yes.
If you can't tell.
Hey, professional, whether it's the first or the last one, that's what we're about. Is that all the jokes? Sorry, is that all the jokes?
Yeah, unless you want another one.
It's up to you, John.
One more.
One more, go on. Let's go crazy.
Steve the Juggler really liked the Romanian world leader who was asthmatic, Vlad the Inhaler.
Hey. that was on Thursday, that joke, wasn't it? I remember someone else did it. You what, John? You haven't checked it on YouTube? Outrageous. Right, thank you, John. Thank you. As you know, we call John Mr. Showbiz. So I want you to start calling him that, even if you see him in the street. Hello, Mr. Showbiz. Right then. So I'm checking. I've counted the thousands, the literally thousands of votes who had that round. Literally thousands. And the winner is, she may be afford another cushion after this. It's Erica. Erica, you won that one.
Yay.
Well, okay then. So everyone's got half a point. Tense again. It was tense on Thursday when I did the last one. So what's next? 2 rounds left. Currency. Currency. I need a dollar. A dollar is what I need. Right, and so, Erica, you know the unofficial rule. You start the next round. So we'll go Erica, Elliot, Ian, and Tobias. Currency. Over to you, Erica.
I hope this is an expression you guys know. I'm going to take that guy to the London Financial District because I'm going to take him to Pound Town.
Pound Town.
Pound Town.
It's a bit risky for you, isn't it, Erica? Outrageous. Okay. I'll let you all ponder on that. Well, we'll move on to Elliot.
Oh, my favourite TV show. It's the one about those Russian drag queens trying to start a business. Rubel's Drag Race.
I like how animated you are when you tell jokes, Elliot. I like that. It adds to it. It gives it an extra sort of frisson. I like it.
It's called compensation.
Ian, you next, please.
Right, well, there was a proposal to make Bitcoin the official currency of Sweden, but they were worried about the viruses to devices that it might actually cause. Irony being, they stuck with the corona. True story.
Okay, and Tobias, if you finish the first round off for us, please.
I actually realized I could beat up dozens of clones of the former U.S. vice president. I would pound 100 pence.
There you go. By the way, Erica, I'm getting wrong off Ian Bowden because he says you were talking about the dog pound, and he says, "Mate, you weren't."
No.
There you go, Ian. Remain wasn't in the gutter. Remain was. Erica,
It's in the right place.
you've taken us by surprise. I've gone a bit blush, but anyway.
I need to keep you on your toes. Well,
Okay to make
did you know? Is it my turn? Coins started falling on me. Would you call that heaven sent?
Oh,
Let's all do the dance. Forget the Mexican wave. It's the Erica Cascade. Tobias, you're the only one who hasn't done it. Oh, you're too cool for school, eh? You Wisconsin's kids. I can't even say Wisconsin anymore. That's how upset I am. Right.
It is cool here. It gets cold.
Right, Elliot, you next, please.
Tonight, foolish men will lose everything, money, dignity, all through poor investments online. Tonight on Tales from the Crypto.
Is it wrong that you look like some kind of vermin while you were telling that? Elliot?
Oh, you sound just like my mother.
Oh, the cat's just running. Right, anyway, so after my famous Elliot Mother impression, I'll move over to Ian.
Right, well, I wasn't really sure about going to the currency fancy dress party. So when my friends asked me which one I was going to go as, I replied, well, can I be frank?
Oh, you can't beat an out-of-date French currency joke, can you?
Absolutely not.
You can't beat it, right? So, oh no, Tobias, you next. I nearly forgot you there, sorry.
You guys over there used to share your currency with a lot of other countries, right? But after Brexit, you're on your own.
Ooh. Boom, that's too low, sir. Boom.
You got to rub it in.
So we're 2/3 of the way through. So, Erica, come on, what surprises do you have for us in round 3?
So many. I'm going to tell you that I hired Tom Cruise as my French impressionist art dealer. Why? Show me the money!
Show me the money. Titian Impossible. Another little Tom Cruise art reference for you there. Elliot, moving swiftly on.
Oh, I used to be a Victorian assassin. I made a shilling.
Was it Bob a job? Cub Scout joke there. Cub Scout joke. Come on. Ian, you next, please.
Right, well, you know, I was actually wrongly accused of hiding inside a dollar bill. But, I mean, it couldn't have been me. No, because I was innocent.
Right. Okay, then. So, who was the funniest? Was it Eric? Oh, it's Tobias. It was Tobias. I'm going again. Sorry, Tobias.
It's all right. I actually heard that you folks over in the UK have really good calamari. I really like your fried quid.
There you go. Calamari. Okay. Sounds like something Elliot would say. Calamari. Okay, then. Who was the funniest? Apologies for that, Tobias. I was a premature calculation there. Who was funniest? Was it Erica? Was it Elliot? Was it Ian? Was it Tobias? You have the power. Now, before I pass you over to John, just want to tell you that 9 times out of yen, you can put a little currency reference in and nobody notices. Okay, then. John, hop on board, please.
I'm surprised how funny I found that round. I thought it would be quite dry. But let's see if it keeps up in the audience jokes. Let's start with Colm Bugler. I thought that COVID-19 originated in Denmark. Well, it is called coronavirus. David Brennan. When going to the loo in the UK, it's called spending a penny. But when going in Italy, it's urinating.
Yay.
Malcolm Cake. At 0% interest, Bitcoin makes no sense. Let's Shay Dunsmore. The government has announced its decision to switch to a new type of currency made out of herbs. They spent a lot of time on it, but now it's mint. Ian Bowden. I couldn't make the walls of my house out of coins, but I managed to get a florin.
Nice.
Mark Wilson. I saw an advert selling hair pieces for £5. I thought, that's a small price to pay. Shay Dunsmore. What type of currency do aliens use in outer space? Starbucks.
Yeah. Yay.
Steve the Juggler. When the euro first appeared, the Germans were quick off the mark to adopt it. Do you want a couple more?
2 more, why not?
2 more. Two mores. Paul Eggleston, an American wallet with a hidden change compartment. Where's the sense in that? And let's end off with Shay Dunsmore. What currency do Canadian pirates use? Doubloonies. And that's your lot from the audience.
We've
got one more set of audience. Come for the entire week.
We'll say that's your lot, but we appreciate it, audience. We know we're honest enough to know that the reason this show's remained so popular is that you love sending your jokes in. Okay, so we appreciate it. You send your jokes in. The more original, the better, of course. But we love reading your jokes out. So thank you very much. So don't forget, paypal.me/punoff. Slip us a few quid, please. Slip us a few quid. Right then, because I love building the tension more than I love staring at my own reflection, let's have an advert before we announce the winner.
Dead or alive, you're
Morning.
coming with me.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1, and even better, donate $2. That's what I say. PayPal.me/punoff. Slip us a few quid, because I'm down the market, Stevie. That's why I'm down the market. Okay, then who won that round? I'm totting up the literally tens of thousands of votes we've had during that round. I can add up that quickly. And the winner is Tobias. You see what happens when I nearly miss you out, Tobias? You get the sympathy vote. So there you go. Excuse me, sorry, I've got a sore throat there. All right, 1 round left. Now, who's going to win? Tobias is in pole position, but Erica, you could draw level. Ian and Elliot, you're playing for pride, I'm afraid, but you could come second. You could come second. I wish I could make it 10-7, but we can't cheat. We can't wangle the rules. No. And now it is international body parts, as I thought it said. It is internal body parts. Internal body parts. Okay, then. So, shall we start with Tobias? Yes. Tobias, Erica, Elliot, Ian. That is the order. This is the final round. You have the power to vote and get sending your puns in while you do that. Tobias, start off, please.
Well, a lot of people told me that my life would change after I had a vasectomy, but I haven't noticed a vast difference.
Erica, you next, please.
My friend died, so I stole his piano. But it's fine. He was an organ donor.
Yeah. What Erica's saying there is, if someone's dead, you can steal things. That's what she's saying. If you want to judge her for that, it's up to you. Elliot, you next, please.
Oh, my blood transfusion with my partner was a disaster. She just wasn't my type.
Not my type. Elliot, I'm sure you're everybody's type.
I wish.
Sounds like I'm chatting him up there, doesn't it? I'm sure you're everybody's type.
I'm taking Julian.
I'm chatting everybody up tonight. Come on, out the rain. Let's just go for it. I've got a bottle of Cherryade for £1. That's how wild things are going to get.
Downtown. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't quote her on that, I think is what you're saying there. Ian, you next, please.
Right, okay, well, I've got a friend that had a bad experience taking suppositories. He said it wrecked him.
Hey.
Classy from Mr. McDonald. Classy. Okay, then that was round 1. We have 3 rounds, as you well know. So, Tobias, let's get started on round 2, please.
Well, when it comes to finishing a sentence with punctuation, I don't like periods. I put a colon right at the end.
Okay. And that's when the shit hits the fan. Okay. Erica, you next, please.
You know, I was going to be a twin, but there's only room for one.
Survival of the fittest, even at the start, eh? Even at the start. Right. Elliot, you next, please.
I just had an ingenious idea of how to connect the kidney to the bladder. Eureka!
Nice. Couple of little props as well there. No expense spared, Elliot. Well done, fella.
I am very poor.
Ian, you next, please.
Right. Well, I operated on a man called Angus, right, who had an operation to remove his food pipe. But one of the complications was that it ended up with the last letter of his name being removed also. Yeah. I took the esophagus.
I like it. Even though the joke was longer than the Damien Harmony joke, I did like it. Well, it was worth it in the end, though, Ian. It was worth it in the end. Good stuff. Hey, Ian, secret chat and esophagus. I'm liking it.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
So, is that 2 rounds? The jokes are so funny, I can't even keep up.
Yeah.
Is that 2 rounds? Right. 1 round to go. 4 more jokes. Who can... Erica, can you draw level? Tobias, can you secure the win? Elliot and Ian, never mind. Right. Tobias, you next, please.
The doctor got really mad at me when he was checking my balls or my bullocks. He was feeling a little testy.
Okay, then. Well, when you get to my age, they're down to your knees anyway, so it doesn't matter really, does it? You know what I mean? On that beautiful mental image for you, Erica.
Thank you. This is actually a true story. I had surgery because I tore my meniscus, and the doctor looked at me and said, "You have the smallest knee I've ever seen. You don't have an adult knee. You have a kid knee."
Hey.
It's
I'm
true.
glad you told us that because I didn't have a clue where the meniscus was. I thought it was near the Seychelles.
This is my patella.
Right. Well, you do have a pretty patella. Oh, she's the Home Secretary, in case you didn't know.
Oh, I knew. Sure.
Elliot, you next, please.
There's a small man living in my neck. Every day I greet him by saying, "Thyroid!"
The faces you've been pulling, Elliot, are worth the admittance alone. Not that anyone's fucking paying, but you know what I mean, right? PayPal.me/punoff just for Elliot's face tonight. Well worth it.
Just trying to get
and now, Poundtown. Look what you've started, Erica, eh? That's a new online business for you started straight away tonight. Now, last joke from our punners. Ian, over to you, please.
Right, well, I've got a joint in my lower leg that's not very nice. I mean, it screams abuse at people, tries to defraud them, and even resorts to physical violence and kill. Well, I mean, it's bad, but it won't go that far.
I think it peaked the joke before, but never mind. Right, so that was international body parts. Well done, everyone. Don't forget, you have the power. Who was funniest? Was it Tobias? Was it Erica? Was it Elliot? Or was it Ian? Okay. I like the way Erica waves when I say her name. So she will say, look, a little visual reference. It's me. But you have the power. You have the power. So I'll count the votes up while John comes on and read your jokes about international body parts out.
It's the final audience jokes of the Fringe.
Oh my God.
Let's see if we go out on a high. Let's kick off with Mark Wilson. I bought a book about internal body parts. The appendix is the best bit.
Nice.
David Brennan. I'd give my right liver to be better at biology. Shay Dunsmore, a doctor recently confessed his love to me. He said we belong together. Ooh. Nice. Ian Bowden, he doesn't have any jokes about internal body parts, but he ought to.
He ought to.
I know I did the tenses wrong as I came into the joke. Messing up the jokes. Let's try Steve the Juggler. The difference between mammals and other animals is an essential body part that sits between the lungs and the heart. Hang on, I'll do you a diaphragm. Mark Wilson, my heart surgeon nearly made a mistake. I ought to know better. There you go. I said it right that time. Steve the Juggler. Although I've managed to inject steroids into my arm successfully, it's all been in vain. Would you like a couple more? We have a couple more.
2 more, please, John. Why not?
2 more. Let's. Steve the Juggler again. When I found out that my friends were planning on removing my internal organs, I was gutted. And finally, David Brennan. I have an open mind, said every brain surgeon on their tea break. And that's it. That's what all your audience jokes.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Showbiz. Why don't you stay there, John, and we'll coast in together till the end of the show. Right. I've got to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I did want to try and sort of fix the scores so who had a tie break, but I'm too honest. Honest Julian here. And the winner of the last round, Mr. McDonald. So Ian won that one. Okay, then, so well done, Ian. So well done, Ian. But tonight's pun master, if I can go that far, is Tobias Michelli Gwizdowski.
Thank you.
Straight in from Wisconsin. Woo! Thank you. So, Happy Days, was that filmed in Wisconsin as well?
Happy Days, yes. You know everything about Wisconsin. Based television.
To be honest, that's a bit of a cheat because I said Laverne and Shirley before, and you said yes. And I happen to know that Laverne and Shirley is a spin-off from Happy Days. So I was cheating a bit there, you see. Kept that one back. Right, and so that's the show. Well done, everyone. But what we like to do on UK Pun Off, and why we've actually reduced it to 5 rounds, is because it gives us time to get everyone tell people what they're doing, what's coming up either online or in live gigs. So tonight's episode is no different. So we'll start with Mr. Showbiz. That way, John, what you got coming up?
I have done all the stuff I've had coming up, but if you follow Late Stage Comedy on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you will find out about all the events that we're putting on, both live in Nottingham and online. So have a follow of Late Stage Comedy.
Right. Thank you very much, John. Now, before I move on to the rest of the punners, don't forget, please follow everyone on their socials, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. They come on. I mean, we'd like to pay them, but sometimes we can't because we've got no donations. But they do it free of charge, really. Anything else is a bit of a bonus. But one thing would be nice if everyone followed everyone who was on the show on their various socials. So please do that. Tobias, what have you got coming up?
I just do it for fun. I don't have anything to plug. The work I do is very boring to everyone else, but just vote every time you get a chance to vote.
There you go. Thank you, Tobias. And that means in elections as well as the UK Pun Off. But we know which one is the most important, of course. Erica, what have you, apart from obviously a visit to Pound Town, what have you got coming up?
We need more than that. I mean, isn't that enough? I don't have anything coming up per se, but I would love for you to follow me on Instagram at A Little Nudge. I post funny dating profiles and conversations. It's very entertaining. At A Little Nudge.
At A Little Nudge. Okay, I don't want to worry you, but when I was growing up, no, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, right, Elliot, what have you got coming up, please?
Oh, also, so you can follow me on social media. I'm known as Sockface Simpson on most social media. Sockface Simpson. I giggle about the place and do little videos on TikTok and whatever. And also, follow my comedy club, The Diversity Quota, in Glasgow, where we do shows every month with a diverse range of comedians. It's always good fun. The Diversity Quota, give it a follow.
Excellent. Actually, is Elliot the youngest person we've had on the show, or we had anyone younger?
I'm 25. Is that young? Is that old now? I can't tell.
It's young compared to me, seeing as I'm more than double your age.
You're a full 3 years younger than me.
Oh,
Right.
good.
Mr. Showbiz, you're ageless. You are ageless.
I feel old. I'm getting grey hair, as you can see.
Well, once I go to Pound Town, I'll become a man.
What have I done?
Nope.
But by the way, Elliot, as you do a show in Glasgow, has Mr. McDonald been on that show?
He has been on the show. He headlined a show a couple of years ago. I'm definitely getting back in the near future.
There you go, Ian. I'm your new agent. I've got your show coming up. I've earned my money tonight.
I'll give you 10% of the fee that Elliot pays me.
Ian, what have you got coming up, please?
I don't know. I'm going to be a bit lost tomorrow, not prepared for a pun-off show, boo-hiss and all that. I think we're going to have a bonus show of all of the jokes that haven't been read out throughout the whole week of the pun-off. It's going to be about 17 hours long, but it'll be fun going through them all anyway. We'll arrange that after the show with Julian, and we'll do a live one. And I can see him shaking his head, telling me, "Fuck off, man." But I don't know. We'll arrange some sort of bonus show, just going through all of the jokes and having a laugh about this great free festival run that we've had over the last 8 nights. There will be a contest of champions coming up, probably in about a month's time. We're all 8 of winners of the shows that we've done here, and we'll sort of battle it off in a kind of bracketed tournament type thing, and then there'll be prizes for the winner, actual real new prizes. So that'll be a lot of fun. So check out UK Pun Off for that. And we've also got Out Punched coming up. I think that is going to be on the 12th of September. That's a good fun show. Both Tobias and Erica have been on that. So check that out and all the previous episodes on YouTube. Esophagus. Yes, was that long enough for you, Julian? He's nodded off. I don't know.
There you go. I just think he wants me to overrun again because I always brag about finishing on time. So there you go. Right. Just quickly.
I believe we also need to give an audience pun award out.
Yes, okay. Thanks for reminding us, John. John, I will just mention something and then you can do that, okay? Cool. So, for anyone who's local to me, there's a new comedy club in Whitley Bay, which is near where I live, called Laurels, and I'm there this Friday and Saturday. So please pop in, check it out. Gav Webster's on, Ben Crompton, who you may know from Game of Thrones, is on, and Mike Milligan. So please come Friday and Saturday, Laurels, Whitley Bay, and just check my Twitter handle out for all the other information that might come along. Right, Mr. Showbiz, who's won the best joke?
We'll give it to Paul Eggleston. I'll defer to your advanced knowledge.
Thank you very much, John. Paul, that was a really good joke. Paul, you should follow Paul on Twitter anyway. They're quite convoluted, but if anyone does convoluted well, it's Paul. So well done, Paul. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, John, for producing. Thank you, Tobias. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Elliot. Can I say a big thank you to Ian as well, please? Because to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't do as much for the UK Pun-Off as I used to. Ian's taking it on board and does a whole lot of work, and I appreciate that. I really do. And without Ian, you wouldn't have the UK Pun-Off. So you should all say thank you to Ian. Say thank you.
Thank you, Ian.
I love doing it. I love doing it.
Okay, right. Well, do Comedy Waves, and we'll see you soon, ladies and gentlemen.